Yo, Beefy, how you doing, brother? Right, in trying to describe these two albums here, excuse me, it's how do I, find an analogy? Two bags of coffee, both from the same supermarket, who have a German accent, both 100% Arabica, but different blends. So same bean, but the flavors within each bag, and it's bloody good tasting coffee too. It's slightly different. So they're the same, and they're different. That's the whole point. Don't need those anymore. So, what two albums are you talking about, Bish? I hear you asking. Ezra Collective, Where I'm Meant to Be, Nubia Garcia, Source. Oh, they are excellent. And the nerd that I am, E becomes before G, so we'll start off with Ezra Collective. Right, so here's the cover, good cover. There's the back, and there's the inside. Yeah, nice, a good double album, gatefold cover. And I oh hello, what's this inside? A booklet. You got that? There's the rear and the inside. So Ezra Collective is 5 guys, 2 which are brothers. I think sort of the band leader is the drummer. I think his name's Femi. It's just pictures of the band. This is really good. This is the sort of thing which you don't have to do with every LP. It's their first album that's out. I don't know if they've had EPs out. And just because it makes no difference to the song. But you can't quite see it, but I'll bring it up a bit closer. Orange marble, it just looks good. It makes no difference. There are some audiophiles, I'll do that later, who will say, oh, but it's not this, that, and the other, it should be. Does it? It really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. I've got clear vinyl with bits in, and got blue vinyl, grey vinyl, red vinyl. The Biblio sound machine's really splattered. It doesn't make a difference. And the second, what I've got to say about them, Nabia, the inside, the outer cover, and on this you've got, it's just the covers here. It's just I'll just show you one. The source, it's the beginning. You've got the credits. It's just the effort. Nice, not lined, but I've got lined bits just to protect the records. The same, jazz. Ezra, mostly from South London. Nubia, North. But hey, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the collective's a collective. So you've got drums, keyboards, and trumpet, saxophone, bass. Nubia is both. They both write their own music. Nubia, she plays the saxophone. Oh my God, does she play the saxophone? Her influences are sort of John Coltrane, who did play the saxophone. Miles Davis, who's a trumpeter. So I think her influences are more, I don't know, it's what I've had to read and what I've had to sort of find out about both. So let's do Ezra Collective first. Yeah, do it in order. Well, do it in. wow. Double LP, lasts about an hour. There's one track, like traditional jazz is often seen as piano, bass, but double bass and drums. Here, well, I'm assuming it's a bass guitar, but it might be a bass. It's just three instruments and one bit. It's like, oh, well, this is good. But then again, with both, there's bits, their influences, Afro beats, hip hop, reggae. There's again in one track, not the whole track. It starts off, and then there's just this reggae vibe for I don't know, a couple of minutes. Didn't time it, and it's like, oh shit, this is, and it's amazing where it's you get again they're jazz, but in with each record, each track, sorry, it's you get a vibe, and then for a couple of seconds, maybe for a bit longer, you hear this influence or whatever. It's like, oh, this, oh, and oh yes, and I forgot to say on this, you've got Sampa the Great, Koji Radical, MLA Sande, and Neo, and on the which one is it? Togetherness, I think it is. There's Koji Radical on there, and his voice, all their voices, lend to the music perfectly. It's again, it's that blend of flavors, blends of musicality, influences coming together. Absolutely, well, I mustn't swear, phenomenal, effing good, effing good. Um, I played it, got it when I played, got it. I think I got these on Friday. Played them Friday afternoon, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Sunday, played them both again, and then again because it's just yes, it's certainly where my musical tastes this year have gone. I mean, yes, I do like. I mean, I could put NWA on, that would be fine, or Nevermind by Nirvana if I wanted to. If I want to be noisy, I could play Motorhead. But the sort of jazz inspired reggae, hip hop, alternative beats, yeah, the Jam Supernova effect, which does lead on to Neo. No, Nubia. She stood in for Jam's, I don't know, must be 3, 4 months ago now. It was like, who's this thing? I think a couple of people have stood in for her. It was like, who's he? So out came Spotify, had a look. Oh, I think Neo did it first. And it was, who's this person? I've never heard of this person. Spotify, oh, a very unique, and she says it herself, she talks quite, but her singing voice is quite high, just the way she sings. Nubia, there is an artist, her name is Diana San Miguel. Um, more where Ezra Collective are collective, it's the five guys. Nubia's the band leader. I think she has regular people play with her, but I don't know if it's as formal as a band or it's people come and go as depending what. This, the saxophone. I've heard other sort of traditional saxophones. Saxophones in pop music are just rubbish, very contrived and cliched. I think the thing is Baker Street. I can't remember who sung that now, and I don't really care. But this saxophone solo at the beginning and someone talks it, oh, just no. I've listened to other sort of jazz saxophones, and again, they're just, for me, replacing the trumpet. With this, the saxophone's the lead instrument. And boy, I've never heard a saxophone so musical, so lyrical. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. And yeah, boring black vinyl. No. Again, with both of them, they've been on repeat. What else to say? And with her, there's one bit, there's a reggae bit, and then there's like a hip hoppy, bit trip hoppy. And with both of them, you can just hear the influences of the past, but into the modern context, which Mind blowing. So good. So good. Yeah. They both can be streamed. They're both on YouTube. There's pretty sure you can definitely be it on the. There was a recent jazz festival and she's on this about an hour's worth. But there's the other snippets. Um, yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Beyond superlatives. I know it's a phrase that I use, but you just can't. Again, it's about coffee. You smell it, it's that coffee aroma, and then you taste this coffee, and then you get hazelnut, then you get maybe a bit of chocolate, and then you get a coffee, maybe a darker coffee, a darker taste, but there's lighter notes. And with this, it's just, I don't know, I think before and previously, it's like making a cake. You've just put everything, mixed it all up, baked it, or you made 2 cakes, and it's like, oh my God, they're the same but different, but they're both effing excellent. That's all I can say. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and yeah, describe, subscribe, and have a good day, everyone. It's fun doing these. I've got a couple more planned for the week, and take care.